Hey, all, Baruch Levi B here from Soul Centered. Thanks for tuning in. I want to share with you some thoughts in these videos that I'm making right now of how I work with clients, because I get asked quite often exactly, what is logotherapy? What is Kabbalah? What is meditation mindfulness? What is the Enneagram? And so this series is here to help you understand what these concepts are as far as, I understand them and utilize them in my work guiding clients. So in this one, I want to talk about logotherapy. Logotherapy is the work of Dr. Viktor Frankel. You may have heard of Dr. Viktor Frankel. He's well known in no small measure because of his book, Man's Search for Meaning, which was named by the Library of Congress as one of the most important books of the 20th century, I believe top 10 most important books. So it's just that significant. He wrote 30 some other books and created an entire genre, subsection of psychotherapy. He created logotherapy. Logos means meaning, and it's meaning-centered psychotherapy. Dr. Frankel was a psychiatrist who lived in the previous century. He was a Holocaust survivor. He watched his entire family murdered. He watched his town liquidated. He was removed from everything he knew and loved and placed into 4 different concentration camps, went through Auschwitz, was branded with a number 119104, and yet this was a man who was never reduced by the Nazis, reduced by the darkness, reduced by life circumstances. So logotherapy was really designed around Dr. Frankel's commitment to defy reductionism, to being reduced to anything less than our spirit. So for Dr. Frankel was a spiritual man, certainly Jewish, obviously in the Holocaust, wasn't necessarily an observant Jew, but was deeply serious about his spirituality. He called the spirit Nuos. Also, the Noetic is spiritual, coming from Greek. And he really did that because he wanted to make it inclusive for anybody of any religion. And also, he was creating this in a very Western scientific framework and mindset, right after Freud and Adler, the founders of psychoanalysis, extremely secular, that did not factor the spirit into the conversation of healing and wholeness. Dr. Frankel believed not only could it be, it should be. Freud and other psychiatrists and psychotherapists really reduced the human being to a set of complexes and illnesses and ailments. And that sentiment carried through all of Western medicine to this day, very much so. So that when we are ill, it's we who are ill. We are sick. We are broken. And what Dr. Frankel said is our body becomes broken. Our psyche can become sick. We can have mental illness, physical illness. But there's a piece within us, the Nuos, the Noetic, that is always whole. It is always untouched. And that is your spirit, your soul. And our work is to go into that place of the Noetic, no matter what you're facing in your external circumstances, and not be reduced by the evils of the world. Obviously, the Nazis are an extreme, but all kinds of evils in the world. The brokenness in our life, brokenness from without and brokenness from within. And to remember that we are not that darkness. We are not those circumstances. We are not broken. We are whole. We are soul. And so the work we do in logotherapy is to go into your self, to cut through the layers of false self, to get to that true self, that place that was, is, and will always be the true you. I didn't always look this way. I used to have hair. And if I defined myself by this, as my other teacher, Dr. Wayne Dyer says, the flesh suit, it would be a pretty sad journey, right? You just lose. It's a process of losing hair, losing loved ones, losing things, losing your life. But that's not the journey. According to Dr. Frankel and logotherapy and my experience, the journey is not losing, but finding, discovering your true self, that which cannot be taken, that which is never broken, that which is always whole, your spirit. And to find that spirit, to harness it, to bring it up, to make it manifest, and take that power of the defiant spirit which is in you and apply it to your circumstances, to defy your circumstances, whatever those circumstances might be. You have the defiant power of the spirit within you. But you got to go into the difficulties, the darkness, the struggles, or as Dr. Frankel says, the suffering. And once you do, and you find that spark of meaning, of purpose, and you harness it and you live it, you have transformed suffering into something meaningful. And that's what we're all here to do. And that's what we can do at any moment of our lives. No matter what we've been through, no matter what we're facing or enduring, we can always make a choice. And I'll end with that for Dr. Frankel, that is the power to discover your spirit and live it, is the power of choice. You have this power with you until your dying breath, how to respond to your life, to become a responsible human being, response-able, to stop reacting to your circumstances, to start responding to your life through the power of choice. As Dr. Frankel said, this is the last of human freedoms, to choose one's actions and attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. I will work with you in choosing your way and stopping the reaction to your circumstances and to start responding, to become responsible within your life. So I would love to get to know you, to hear from you, to work with you. I offer a complimentary discovery call so we can get to know each other. And maybe we do work together, or maybe I help you onto the next step of your path, of your way. Until then, shalom, salam, namaste, and peace.